A storied past. An incredible journey. An empire that changed the world. The rise of Butt Nation.
Hello, and welcome to This Day in Civ. I am Sam, here with other historian Tyler.
Hi.
And we are examining the birth of an empire. The year was 4000 BC.
3940 BC.
Thank you for the correction. See, this is why you're here, historian Tyler.
Anyone could have made that mistake. It's okay. I believe in you.
And we will examine a nation from small beginnings up to the giant that it is. And it started with exploration. Wouldn't you say that, Tyler?
Yes, sir.
The
ancient civilization of Butska-Patamia.
Butska-Patamia. Tamia. See, and the name is it comes from when the group began. When it
The
was
Butska people.
When the Butska people began, they were a mere group. There was this mountain that looked just like a butt, and they hailed this butt mountain, and that's where their name came from. Isn't that interesting?
Butska-Patamia.
We heard you
This is it right here.
right there.
The city-state of Butska-Patamia.
Yeah, right next to a large water source that helped them grow. And their first move was to kind of clear out the foliage.
What was their first settlement's name again? I
right.
don't remember.
Fartinstan.
Fartinstan.
Ah.
I remember.
Yes, I remember reading a book about Fartinstan and how the
The
when it was
Fartinstanians.
yeah, when it was in its prime, that farts would be the currency.
Oh, man.
That's just it's
Butska-Patamia, man.
it's so interesting.
Butska-Patamia. My esteemed colleague. Oh, Fartinstan. The lovely city of...
The shining light of Butska-Patamia.
Let's talk about a typical day in the life of a Butska-Patamia.
Good idea. At the birth of this nation, a normal day would be you'd scavenge, you'd chop trees, a lot of manual labor.
Or women you will labor.
Or yeah, what have you. And there was a lot of, their culture was primarily, based around dance. That was their major artistic expression. And, elements of their dances are used today.
Commonly.
The
yes. Worm?
The worm?
Actually comes from the name of their second settlement, the Tapeworm Land.
They were running out of names.
After the second one?
After the second one. They hit a creative wall.
But, they moved closer and closer to the Butt Mountain.
Yes. As they hailed it more and more, trying to find its inner secrets. And, the twerk, another dance that originally hailed from Butska-Patamia.
What's the name of their second settlement?
Oh, what was it? Gosh. It's been a little while. I believe it was Steve Land. After an infamous leader, don't you think, Tyler?
Steve Jobs.
Yep, Steve Jobs.
Man.
Interesting fact, Steve Jobs has lived a millennia.
It was a different Steve Jobs, my friend.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
See, I just thought it was the same Steve Jobs.
Their first battle against the barbarians did not go well. They tried to stop the incursion, but of course...
You see, the main problem was they were trying to use battle dance. They were trying to use battle dance, you know. They were shaking their posteriors at the enemy.
Ah. Yes. And that everyone knows that doesn't work.
Nope.
Like ever.
Nope, not ever. I tried personally.
So tell me about the women and children. What do they do for fun?
You
The
see,
Buttonstanians.
Buttonstanians were an equal opportunity, very advanced for the time being, you know.
Yeah.
And so their soldiers were comprised mainly of children,
Okay.
because they thought, oh, barbarians aren't gonna hurt a bunch of children, because who wants to hurt a kid? But the barbarians were quick to dispatch the children. Unfortunately for the Buttonstanians.
Oh boy.
And
Oh boy.
yeah, exactly, boy. A lot of boys died.
Young men, young boys.
Oh yeah.
Little boy, tiny boy, baby boy, I love you.
Tyler, I understand you're a historian of other matters, but I ask you not to mix up your your teachings.
What was the other thing I teach? I don't remember.
You teach about Philadelphia.
Oh yes. The city of Philadelphia.
Yes.
You know, it is always sunny there.
It is. Do you notice any similarities between Philadelphia and the Buttonstanians?
Nope. Other than their third settlement was named Philadelphia.
Oh, really?
Yep. Yeah, that happened.
Do you if I remember correctly, as we're seeing on screen, the Buttonstanians seem to be getting in some more fights.
Yeah, as Buttonstan grew, they couldn't hold off their oppressors.
Right. And they were defeated very handedly, as I mentioned earlier, with the child army.
Yes, but then they started getting a little bit better. They got some archers, you know.
Oh, yes.
They started fighting, instead of fighting fire with children, they decided to try to fight fire with ironworking.
Yeah, yeah.
Also didn't work, but
Yeah.
a little more successful than.
They're not meant for war.
Or they weren't.
They weren't meant for war.
Ironically, they that's what they became known for.
Yes.
Was their warring.
Yeah, it's interesting because they start from, an equal opportunity, very artistic society into really a warmongering dictatorship.
Yeah, by the dictator. What was his name?
Oh, right. I believe his name was oh gosh, what was it? It was the Muffin Man.
The Muffin Man, yes, the dictator, the Muffin Man.
And that's where the fairy tale comes from. Ah, yes. One of their first interactions where they decided to what did they decide to do, Tyler?
They just kind of.
Did they trade with these other people?
Yeah, they just gave him some gold.
Ah, so they had a peaceful interaction with these other people.
Yes, of course.
I see. So the wars hadn't started yet.
No, not yet.
Ah.
Making friends with people.
Uh-huh.
And then I think they just forgot
Yep.
That's what they were doing.
Uh-huh.
So
Also, at this time when they're making friends, their archery team, comprised mostly of elders, was starting to get some work done.
the Jerry Archeries.
Right. And they were, you know how old people are sometimes. They can be curmudgeons, so they would shoot straight for the butt.
Straight for the butt.
Yep. And
This is about the time they founded Butmesopotamia.
Butmesopotamia. Very interesting. And they're expanding their land quite fastly at this point.
Yes.
And how is what's the year now? Is this still in the first year?
2620 BC. We're about 1,000 years in.
And so that's a long time, 1,000 years of still, the occasional violence, but still mostly a dance culture.
Still, yeah. I mean, really, for a long time, that's really what they were.
Mm-hmm. It's just it's almost like a melancholy about the fact of how they changed. What was this new city they started to build?
Philadelphia.
Oh, right. Philadelphia. Thank you.
Yes. Yes.
And
The great city of Philadelphia.
I think that is a start of a new chapter, and I think we should say goodbye for now.
Join us next time.
You'll hear more about Philadelphia, dancing.
We talk about the transition from kind of dumb nation to pretty dumb nation.
Thank you.
I've been Tyler.
I am Sam.
Thank you, and good night.